I knew that you were going to be a giant star. I really did.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, but I didn't know. What I didn't know is that you were going to get so sexy.
You're embarrassing me.
You go rehearse and I'll see you later. Okay? Bye. Give me a kiss.
Quiet, I thought, how can he turn into my...
People responded to Michael Jackson without him having to seek attention. His presence alone could make some of the biggest ladies in entertainment smile, blush, light up, or speak about him with a type of excitement they could not entirely disguise. These times are intriguing because of that.
I know that Michael and I are like family. We've shared many magic moments together, the early days and television specials, recording, and doing the movie The Wiz. Well, you know he's an exceptional human being, talented beyond his years, a dream in motion.
Here, Diana Ross wasn't merely introducing herself to Michael. She sounded really pleased with him. Her description of him as a dream in motion didn't sound like something someone was reading to pass the time during an award ceremony. There was genuine emotion, sincerity, and excitement in her voice. She seemed to be honoring a loved one in addition to showcasing a celebrity to the audience. When Michael talked about Diana, he expressed the same sentiment. Michael responded in his own kind manner after she had just given him such kind compliments. It didn't appear to be two celebrities going through a typical award show routine. It appeared as though two icons were publicly expressing how much they appreciated one another.
I think one of my favorite people in the whole entire world is Diana Ross. She's been such a special friend to me and has taught me so many incredible, important things. And I'm just so honored that she came here.
Dance, right?
Michael Jackson's performance by Beyoncé seems like a way for one generation to pay tribute to the artist that influenced the next. Even though she was already a big star at the time, she treats Michael with genuine respect. She doesn't seem to be reading a prepared speech and moving on. She seems to be aware of the gravity of the situation. She is standing next to someone who revolutionized performance, music videos, dance, and international recognition. Her voice conveys the sense of having grown up observing him, learning from his influence, and eventually being able to stand in front of the guy who helped pave the way for her.
I'm honored to be here tonight to introduce a music icon. As a little girl grew into his music, I, like millions around the world, tried to mimic his unique and thrilling singing and dancing. The king of pop. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome artist and humanitarian Michael Jackson. You've won every conceivable award, so the RMAs had to invent a new one just for you, for your selfless contributions toward making our world a better.
Michael and Beyoncé had a brief light-hearted exchange during his speech at another award ceremony. Although it was brief, it was notable because Michael stopped and responded to her. There was a light-hearted, enjoyable vibe to the interaction, and the audience immediately noted something minor that had happened between them. It doesn't need to be pushed too much because it wasn't a significant moment. Its natural appearance is what makes it appealing. Fans noticed Michael's momentary break from the moment because he was generally cautious when giving statements. Without making feel forced, that brief break added sweetness, humor, and a hint of playfulness to the situation.
I want you to give it up for the king of pop, Michael
Brooke Shields and Michael, on the other hand, had a different kind of relationship since it wasn't based on a single public event. Her responses felt much more significant because they had known each other for years. Even though Brooke was already acquainted with Michael, she was spotted snapping photos of him as an enthusiastic admirer during his award ceremony. That tiny feature conveys a lot of information. She wasn't merely standing there courteously because there were cameras present. She looked genuinely thrilled to see him being recognized. It demonstrated that Michael's magic was not diminished by friendship. In that room, he was still someone Brooke admired.
To present the Grammy Legend Award for 1993 to my big brother, Michael Jackson.
At this point, Brooke didn't really try to disguise her feelings for Michael. Her statement that they both still harbored feelings for one another came across as lighthearted, but there was some truth to the smile. She wasn't talking about him like an old-fashioned celebrity. She made it apparent that, despite the passage of time, she still held a particular place in her heart for Michael. The moment is made cozy by the way she smiles while narrating the tale. Although it appears to be a jest on the surface, individuals are drawn in by the underlying emotion. Actually, I think that we are closer now than we have ever been, music-wise. We love each other more today than we really realized when we were younger, in my opinion. We used to, since we enjoyed ourselves when we were younger. Well, it was alright. We were also somewhat of a comfort. This is a query. Was he crushing on you, or were you crushing on him? I believe that we both had a crush on one another and continue to do so. I believe that enjoying someone's is a part of having a crush on them. Oh, I see. Almost we have a lot of fun together. We know each other so well that it's almost unfortunate. But every time I sit down to chat to him, he simply astounds me. Compared to some of my previous boyfriends, I feel more connected to him. I feel more at ease with him than I do. I've never actually had a brother, so it's kind of like that. A portion of that exists. However, it's on a whole other level than love. It's also difficult to truly convey. Additionally, every time I've attempted to explain it to someone, it has been misunderstood. It's unfortunate because he's also upset by when he believes that others misunderstand our feelings for one another. Brooke adds that she didn't feel compelled to form a bond with Michael. They were both young, well-known musicians, and under strain that most people could never comprehend, so it began organically. They bonded because they recognized something in each other. It had nothing to do with getting attention or appearing to be the ideal celebrity couple for the cameras. Comfort, humor, and having someone who knew what it was like to grow up in front of everyone else were more important. Brooke's statement that they were fans of one another softens the meaning of and their story. Before their closeness got intimate, there was already respect and excitement on both sides. That appeals to me. I believe I first met him when I was 13. We were also admirers of one another. And we clicked right away. We had a great time laughing. I wasn't attempting to pursue a career in music. We just started hanging out, and I wasn't trying to acquire anything from him. Their relationship feels even more genuine as Michael sends Brooke a video message. It demonstrates that the love was more than just something Brooke recalled years later. Michael also conveyed it in a cool, collected manner. The message feels intimate despite its brief length. He doesn't sound like a famous person greeting the camera in a formal manner. He sounds at ease, compassionate, musical, and at ease as if he were talking to someone who truly meant to him. Well, hello. I'm working on my CD, Brooke. Well, I just wanted to say hi and I hope to see you soon. Just a quick video message. Farewell. When Lisa Marie Presley enters the picture, the narrative becomes considerably more straightforward. Michael doesn't make an effort to sound confident or slick. The moment feels genuine since he freely acknowledges that he has been observing her for years. He seems to have always thought that there was something between them that had not yet fully developed when he discusses her getting married to someone else. He says it in that subtle, oblique Michael manner, as if he's testing the emotion without exerting too much pressure. He was 18. Do you know Lisa Marie Presley? I used to ask my lawyer, John Branca. Well, I represent her mother, he would reply. Well, can you get in touch with her cause? I think she's really cute. Every time, he laughed. He would say, I'll do my best. Then he would return. Well, did you find out? I asked, and he replied, no, there's nothing. As a result, I would constantly concern him about this. The next thing I know, she's married in a photo on a magazine cover, and that truly broke my heart. And then Bekasue I believed that was intended to be me. I did, in fact. Lisa seems to grasp exactly what he means. which strengthens the interaction. There is a subtle love vibe about the moment, as if they both sensed something was there before it was expressed aloud. Who coined the term marriage? Did, when? Where? When we were on the phone. Yes, indeed. Yes, on the phone. Asked me. We had been dating for 4 months at this point. Yes, I see. For months? I can't recall. In any case, we were spending a lot of time together. We weren't concealing it, so I'm not sure how it got into the media. I was in Vegas. You were all over the place. Everywhere. We were in bookstores when I went there. We didn't keep it a secret. And you said yes right away. After 4 months of being apart, he asked me, "What would you do if I asked you to marry me?" I replied, "I would." Well, a big I would. You had a lot of enthusiasm. The interview went beyond being a celebrity appearance when she revealed that she was in love with him and directly addressed personal questions. She didn't sound like someone following a PR script or attempting to preserve an image. She sounded like someone tired of everyone treating her marriage like a joke. Lisa wanted people to know that it was genuine for her. Despite people's persistent doubts, she stood by him, expressed her love for him, and did so without fear. If I feel in love with someone, that's the only reason I will marry them. Forget about it. Forget about it. If they want to think differently, they can consume it. Laughter, to put it briefly. Yes. What about him do you adore the most? Oh. What is it about him that I adore the most? Everything. He's incredible. He is someone I greatly appreciate. I admire him. I respect him. He has captured my heart. No, we don't share a bedroom. Many thanks for it. And I adore him in every way. However, Michael and Irene Cara shared a backstage rendezvous at the 1984 Grammy Awards. They may be seen kissing backstage, and there's no need to explain the warmth of the scene. Michael doesn't appear to be acting pretentious or attempting to impress people. He just exudes a calm charisma that makes others feel at ease in his presence. The moment works because of this. You can see how other celebrities responded to him with ease and fondness, even in a brief backstage conversation. It's just one more tiny illustration of how captivating he could be off stage. I recommended it to the producer, Quincy Jones. Screaming, Giorgio Moroder produced Irene Cara's Flashdance. What a feeling. Applause. She said, the record of the year. Michael Jackson. Beat It. Quincy Jones. And Jackson. That similar tenderness permeates Whitney Houston's story. She seems genuinely moved that Michael picked her specifically, as if receiving his attention was particularly meaningful to her. She talks about it in a way that seems shy, kind, and sincere, as though his compliment stuck with her long after the incident was ended. This went beyond just one well-known artist complimenting another. It demonstrated how Michael could make Whitney, a well-known celebrity, feel valued and noticed. The narrative is unforgettable because of this. Even if they were already well-known, he had a way of making them feel heard. Michael Jackson wanted me to sing one of his favorite songs, The Greatest Love, because he was on it last year. Additionally, I sung when I initially arrived here last year. Additionally, Michael called me earlier this year to inform me that I would be receiving it this year. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. Really? Me? I said, and he responded, yeah, you. Whitney also related a story about going on a date with Michael, and the way she narrates it adds a light-hearted touch. Her response makes the situation seem humorous without getting overly serious. She recalls believing Michael was flirting with her beneath the table. It sounds light-hearted rather than dramatic. It works because of that. Whitney speaks of him respectfully, but she also smiles a little when she remembers someone who made her laugh. She seems to be remembering Michael not just as an icon but also as a charismatic person who has stuck with her. He took a helicopter to take me up. I visited the residence. And he picked me up from the entrance to his house in a coach and buggy. We were in the kitchen. And that's when he had bubbles. He owned a monkey. I had removed my shoes. And there was a tiny nip at my toe. It was actually Bubble sucking on my big toe, but I assumed, laughs. Michael was playing with my toes, like, oh Michael, aren't you special? Laughs. He was, in my opinion, the best performer I had ever seen. He was really courteous and a gentleman. And I'll always love him, always. The relationship between Naomi Campbell and Michael was unique as it was captured on tape. Michael and Naomi were intimate, fashionable, and playful when they were filming his song video. The entire energy seems assured and under control, as if they both realized how potent the chemistry appeared. Despite his shyness in numerous interviews, Michael was able to create an unforgettable moment in front of the camera with Naomi. This is what sets this moment apart. It's not only about the images, it's also about how they complement each other's energy and create an easygoing scene. He's simply very charming. He's shy and down-to-earth. There's something extravagant about the Monte Carlo introduction as well. Even before Michael shows up, she is creating the moment. Before he goes forward, the manner she presents him makes the award seem larger and brings excitement and glamour to the space. The sequence ends in a light-hearted manner with Michael's brief invitation for her to return backstage following his address. Even though it is a small element, it gives the moment a more intimate air. For a little moment, their conversation becomes less official and more informal. Good night. Since entering the recording studio at the age of 7, our next prize recipient has been creating history. More successful songs have been written, sung, performed, and produced by him than by anybody else in the recording industry. His story never ends. Thus it makes sense that his most recent album is titled History Book 1. I'm very pleased to give him this World Music Award in recognition of his domestic sales. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jackson is the best-selling American male artist in the world. Next is Britney Spears, who has long expressed her affection for Michael. Every time she mentioned him in an interview, there was a mixture of admiration, enthusiasm, and anxious fan energy. The story feels intimate because she talks about embarrassing herself in front of him and recalls the term he used to call her. She is not merely complimenting another well-known performer because it seems nice. She is recalling genuine time spent with someone she held in high regard. Britney's moments work so well in this narrative because of this. She responded to Michael like someone who realized she had met a legend, even after becoming one of the biggest pop artists in the world. I simply believe that Michael Jackson is a genius. You know, he's not just an amazing lyricist, but he's also an amazing performer. I also genuinely admire his music. According to what I've read, you will do a duet with Michael Jackson, and it will be released the following year. Actually, it's not a duet. He did call me, and we did speak on the phone, but I'm not actually supposed to disclose that. Was it similar to your own phone ringing? It did, indeed. It did, indeed. Laughs. And I thought to myself, hello? Hello, may I talk to Britney? I said, this is her. Hello, this is Michael. Michael who? Michael Jackson. Laughs. I said, who is this? Who is this? I was such a moron. However, it was him. Tell me the entire exchange. Please. That's not something I can tell you. Oh, are you unable to? Well, but he called me Applehead when he said, hi, it's Michael. Why he dubbed me Applehead is beyond me. I will tell you that much. In a different interview, Britney also revealed that she once had the opportunity to go out with Michael and that she continued to speak highly of him afterward. This elevates the narrative beyond just fan enthusiasm. It demonstrates that her admiration for him extended beyond a single public appearance or the cameras. Britney continued to support Michael and have pleasant memories of him despite the complexity of public opinion surrounding him. He was more than just the celebrity she had grown up looking up to. He was a kind person who made a deep effect on her. It's evident from the way she discusses him that she was affected by meeting Michael. What do you know? That outfit is incredibly appealing to me. I also had the opportunity to go out with Michael Jackson. That was awesome. Thus, happy birthday to the King of Pop, my friend. Are you still in awe of him? Yes. I firmly believe that he is finished. I mean, consider how bright and brilliant he is, as well as Billie Jean and all the old things he used to accomplish. I believe he's fantastic. But don't you worry about him. The Michael Jackson of the infant over the balcony, I think is a wonderful person at heart, but I also think that maybe he wants me to call him because, to be honest, he probably needs some buddies around him. Growing up at such a young age has definitely damaged him slightly. You think all the stuff said about him is untrue with tiny kids? I wish that weren't the case. I prefer to think that's not true. Yes. The story returns to the emotional aspect of Michael's effect with Celine Dion's response. Before she even finishes speaking, her expression reveals nearly everything. She is commemorating more than just Michael as a renowned artist. She is recalling his significance to her in her early years. She talks about dreaming about that world, having the Jacksons on her bedroom wall, and even learning English in part because of Michael. Years later, she finally got to meet him, sang with him, and invited him to see her performance. This segment feels strong because of that. It's like a dream from childhood gradually becoming a recollection of actual life. I've been a huge admirer, therefore I'm in awe. I still think Michael Jackson is fantastic. My bedroom ceiling was angled like this when I was around 12, 13, 14, and 15 years old. Additionally, I recall having posters of Michael in my bedroom. I also owned those small afro posters of him. Actually, I always believed that I would wed Jackie Jackson. I didn't go that far, though. Laughs. As a French speaker, I considered learning English in case I ever got to perform alongside him on stage. Thus, Michael had a significant impact on my decision to learn English. Second, I mentioned that I might be able to sing with him if I could work in the entertainment industry. In any case, I attended school to acquire English. We had a meeting. I joined him in singing. He traveled to Vegas to attend my performance. Additionally, Celine's declaration that she will always love Michael seems more significant than a typical celebrity compliment. It is poignant, intimate, and brimming with the respect she carried into adulthood. This is what connects all of these recollections. Before she was a celebrity herself, Celine thought of him as someone who had shaped her dream. For me, it wasn't a decision that I was considering. I was present. However, I was also upset that he was no longer among us. And I really wanted to make sure that his message, which he believed in, would be heard. We didn't really want to perform, I believe. All we wanted to do was convey his message. And I felt incredibly honored to be a part of it. I will always have a deep affection for Michael Jackson.